Hello, all you bladers. Last Sunday, in celebration of 100 subscribers, I said I would do a Q&A, and anyone who asked me questions would enter it in the comments, and I would answer their questions. So today, I'm going to be answering those questions. If you didn't get a chance to ask me some of the questions you wanted to, I will actually be doing a part 2, just because I feel like some people may not have entered their questions in that video. So if you have any other questions to ask me, enter it in this video and I will do a part 2. So first, giant minor, Q&A questions. Number 1, what is your favorite bay? What is my favorite bay? That's a really specific question because there's like hundreds of bays. I think I'll narrow it down by telling you my favorite bay from each season, and then that'll make it easier on me. So first season, I want to say Wild Wyvern for the first season. Second season, it's definitely Kinetics the Tomb, no doubt in my mind. Third season, it's kind of a three-way tie between Chosi Achilles, Geist Fafnir, and Emperor Fornius, but I'm leaning more towards Emperor Fornius. GT, that's a hard one. I don't want to include any stock combos that I alone created, just because, I feel like that would be, a little bit confusing, I guess. I don't know. If it was a stock combo that I created, I would choose probably Funnel Jormentor for GT. But if it's anime stock combos that are released by Takartomi, I want to say, that's a really hard one. I kind of want to say Master Diabolos. Yeah, Master Diabolos for sure. For sparking, it's definitely going to be Brave Valkyrie. Yeah, Brave Valkyrie for sure. For sure, Brave Valkyrie. And then for Dynamite Battle, Cyclone Ragnarok for sure. So narrowing it down from these 6, Cyclone Ragnarok and Master Diabolos straight off the list, because I don't feel like they're my favorite at all out of these 6. Wild Wyvern and Emperor Fornius. I feel like I like Kinetics the Tomb more than both of those, so it's between Kinetics the Tomb and Brave Valkyrie. I'm obviously going to choose Kinetics the Tomb because that was my first bay that I actually really liked the design. I got Kinetics the Tomb right after I got my first bay, which was Raging Rocktivore was my first bay. Hasbro, Raging Rocktivore. And then I got my first set after that with Kinetics the Tomb and Genesis Valtryek, and then I just didn't even pick up Genesis Valtryek until days later, and I just battled with Kinetics the Tomb against it with my brother, and I carried it everywhere with me because I really liked the design, and yeah, it remains my favorite bay to this day. I feel like the slopes have been worn so much on my Hasbro one that I don't really use it that much anymore, so the next bay I want to buy, definitely a TT Kinetics the Tomb, or Kree Satan. And fun fact, I actually used to think the name was Kinexitube, because the way they said it, I didn't watch the anime at that point, so people said it like Kinetics the Tomb, so I thought it was Kinexitube, one word, Kinexitube. So I used to type connect, and then XTUIB, and then it actually re-spelled that word to Kree Satan when I bought the Hasbro one, or no, Kinetics the Tomb. It respelled the word to Kinetics the Tomb when I bought the Hasbro one, because I was looking it up. So yeah, fun fact. Which Bay Spirit is your favorite? By that I think you mean the bit piece that pops out of the Beyblades when they're called, Volpiel's Valkyrie, and then there's a horse with a knight on it with a sword. Which Bay Spirit is my favorite? It's a hard one. There's so many. I kind of want to say Doomsizer. Yeah, Doomsizer for sure. Doomsizer. Who is your favorite blader? Easy money. Rentaro Kiyama. Which season's your favorite? Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Beyblade Burst God. If you had to pick one move of a bay, which move should it be? This is actually... It's a hard one. I have a couple favorite moves of mine, but I want to say Hyper Shield Crash for sure. If you had an aura in the anime, which colors would it be? I think you meant would instead of should. I think it's only one color, so I would choose Emerald Green, the one from Kerbeus. But if I could choose 2 colors, then I would choose the blue from Valkyrie and the green from Kerbeus. If you had to pick a rival, who should you pick? By rival, a rival is someone who, like, competes with you, so it's either, like, a friend rival, like Shu and Volt are friend rivals, or it's, like, a straight-up, like, enemy nemesis rival, like Louis and Free, for an example. So I kind of want to have a friend rival, but at the same time, it should be someone who's, like, decently competitive, so... this is hard. I want to say... This is out of the box, for sure, but Eiger, I want to say Eiger, just because Eiger has 18 modes on his Infinite Achilles, and I feel like he's, like, overall very competitive, and I just feel like he would be a good rival to have a rivalry with. So, yeah, if you had a gang of 4 members, not counting you, so 5 members, but not including me, so 4 members, and I have to pick those 4 members. Easy money. Rantaro Kiyama, Silas Carlisle, Wakia Murasaki, and Free De La Hoya. They're my 4 favorite characters, and another fun fact that I'm sure I've mentioned before, every single time I take a Beyblade character quiz, literally every single time I get Free De La Hoya. I'm, like, very similar to his character. Like, I'm obviously, like, I don't have the blonde hair, I don't have, like, the thousands of fangirls, I definitely don't have the Super Satan mode where, like, my muscles bulge, because that's what Free has, and nobody has that. Like, nobody in real life. That's literally physically impossible. It's physically not possible, but I'm very similar to Free in terms of, like, characters, I guess, because Free's, like, doesn't really depend on anyone. He's more of, like, he's more independent, and I like to, like, I don't really, like, play with other people a lot. Like, when I was little, I used to just, like, play by myself, and I still do, honestly. So, I personally can't think of a lot of reasons I'm similar to Free, but, my brother can. He can, like, tell me reasons I'm similar to Free. Like, sometimes when we're watching the anime together, he points out, like, a word that Free always says, and then, like, says, hey, that's what you sometimes say, or something. But yeah, like, I can't really tell that much of a similarity between me and Free, but, like, I guess I am similar to him, because that's the character I get every single time I take a Beyblade character quiz. Although, one time, and only this is a one-time thing, I've gotten Ken for a character quiz, but that was just once. And then for the Beyblade type, I've always gotten defense type every single time. So, yeah. In which esports? I think you mean in which sports team would you blade in? For example, BC Soul or Raging Bulls. I would choose BC Soul for sure. But I feel like Raging Bulls has a more, like, it has a better, like, training environment. Like, it actually helps you train better, because Trad isn't the coach anymore, and Trad focused, like, in the anime, it's, like, a lot more physical Beyblade than it actually is in real life. So, like, I assume this is, like, in the anime, because they're, like, these teams are in the anime, so I assume, like, you're, like... If this is in the anime, then physical training matters a lot too, and Raul doesn't really focus on physical training. Shu definitely does. We saw, like, a montage of, like, him training Lane, and I feel like those are, like, the type of exercises you would need to get better at blading in the anime. But, like, in terms of just, like, overall, which team would I enjoy more? Definitely BC Soul, but I'm gonna have to go with Raging Bulls on this one, just because I feel like it has a more trainable environment, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Is there any question I didn't answer? Did I skip one? What's your favorite Bay? Next to team. Which base period is your favorite? Doomsizer. Who's your favorite Blader? Rantaro. Which season's your favorite? The second season. If you had to pick a move, Hyper Shield Crash. If you had an aura, a green. If you had to pick a rival, it was Eiger. The gang members, Rantaro, Silas, Wakia Free. Which sports team? Raging Bulls. So, it's final question. If you lived in the Beyblade world, what would your story be? That is a very specific question, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I like specific questions. It's just that would take such a long time to answer that I'm gonna give a brief, like, little, like, embarrassing story, like, right now. But, like, before I do that, I'm probably gonna answer this question in Saturday this week for Speculation Saturday. Yeah, because today is Tuesday. Like, I obviously recorded this on Monday, because right now is Monday, but, like, by the time it's uploaded, it'll be Tuesday. I'll probably do the part 2 if anyone else has any questions. If anyone has any questions, ask them in the comments, and I'll do a part 2 on probably Thursday. Yeah. And then I'll do the speculation Saturday on this question, but funny story. So it's not really like, is this? It's not really like in terms of anime, but I used to have. I think me and my brother did a video on this like once in the channel. I may have like deleted it because it was like really embarrassing. But basically, I used to create like Beyblade combos and pretend that they were like my Bey in the anime. And then I used to like bring them around and pretend like they were like my Bey. Like at first it was like in the GT it was like Cosmo Achilles with the Retsu, or was it Cosmo Achilles with the 10-weight Sting Orbit Metal, and then that was my Bey, and then I like changed it multiple times because like I thought I was better with a specific type, and then I did a balance type which was Glide, Hyperion, 2A Zeta Dash. That was before I had World Spriggan, so I didn't have Unite Dash. I did a stamina type, which I don't remember what it was. I did a attack type, which was Brave, Hyperion, 2S, Ultimate Reboot Dash. And then by that time, I just realized, like, after I've gone through that, like, because I did that for, like, a long time. I did that ever since I got my first Bey. Like, I was, like, creating combos and, like, pretending they were, like, my Bey. Like, as in, like, I had my own Bey in the anime. But then I realized, like, a couple months back when I stopped doing that for one thing, why am I only practicing with one Bey when I have like multiple Beys that I can battle with? And then number two, the reason that tournaments have 3 Beys is because not one Bey is invincible. That's impossible. Like, for example, Lucifer the End. It may be able to beat every single left spin in existence, but what about right spins? Okay, sure, you could have World Spriggan 2B Drift. That could spin steal against anything. But what if you're up against another dual spin Bey with like Bearing or something, and then you accidentally switch to same spin and you lose? Okay, sure, you have Rage Helios 3A Extreme Dash that could KO anything. What if you miss? You don't have any stamina left. So the tournaments, like why there's 3 Beys you choose in the finals is because it's not a specific Bey that's invincible. It's a team of Beys and how the blader chooses to like use their abilities and what order and everything. And even then, nothing's invincible. That's the whole point of Beyblade. Well, it's not the whole point, but it's like what makes weak Beys able to win against strong Beys. It's why Glide Ragnarok doesn't always lose to a burst. It's why, what's another example of a bad Bey? I can't think of any other bad Beys that I have. It's, oh yeah, Wizard Fafnir. It's an example of why Wizard Fafnir doesn't always lose to a burst. So yeah, I'll probably like, I won't go in like too specific depth of like what would my story be if I was a blader in the anime on Speculation Saturday, but I'll give like a brief explanation of it. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Once again, if you didn't get a chance to ask me any questions in this video, you know, on Sunday when I asked if anyone had any questions for Q&A, enter them in this video. And then I'll do a part 2 if anyone has any questions. If not, then I guess I won't do a part 2 because nobody has any questions. If you do have questions, enter them in the comment section below, and then I'll answer them for a Q&A part 2. And yeah, then I'll do this 10th question for Speculation Saturday. And that's pretty much it for this video. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Have fun. Peace out. And don't forget to keep on blading.